Attention passionate New York Giants fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on New York Giants' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true New York Giants fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and New York Giants fans. Let's get to the news. So here we are, folks, diving into some wild NFL speculation that could have massive implications for the Giants and the entire NFC East landscape. It all centers around a surprising potential trade involving none other than Chris Olave, the Pro Bowl wide receiver from the New Orleans Saints. Now I know what you're thinking. Why would the Saints, struggling at 210 with a cap space squeezed tight at around $15 million, give up a player like Olave? Well, insiders are buzzing that the Saints might be looking to shake things up, especially given their injury troubles and the fact that they're tanking for a better draft position. They've been hit hard by injuries, and their defense, allowing close to 25 points per game, isn't making things any easier. The idea is that they could be shipping Olave to the Giants in exchange for a couple of draft picks, specifically a second-rounder in 2026 and a fourth-rounder in 2027. Now, this isn't just about adding a talented receiver. It's about retooling their roster for a different future, focusing on rebuilding the trenches and bolstering their defense, especially at edge and cornerback. But let's focus on what Olave could bring to the Giants if this trade actually goes down. At just 25 years old, Olave is a serious deep threat. He's racked up around 200 receiving yards and 18 touchdowns so far in his career, with a PFF receiving grade of 85.2, which puts him among the top 20 receivers heading into 2025. His 2025 season is looking promising, with 12 games played, 73 receptions on 115 targets, totaling 781 yards and an average of 10.7 yards per catch. He's been a consistent threat downfield, averaging over 65 yards per game with 5 touchdowns and a YAC, yards after catch. That's impressive at 5 yards per reception. His EPA per target sits at +1.7, meaning he's been efficient and effective in creating explosive plays. What makes Olave a perfect fit for the Giants? Well, after losing Wan'Dale Robinson to an ACL injury, the team has been searching for ways to stretch the field and add that explosive element to their passing game. With Olave and Jalen Hyatt, the Giants could really open up their offense, especially considering Olave's ability to get deep. He's targeted on over 87% of his routes downfield, with 3 touchdowns in playoff settings, showing he's a big-game player. His deep threat capability could be a game-changer for Daniel Dimes, who's been looking for more reliable weapons to elevate the offense. Now, let's talk about the current state of the Giants' offense. With a record of 2-11, it's clear they're in rebuild mode, but there's a lot of promise. This season has been about developing young talent and trying to find consistency on both sides of the ball. Adding Olave alongside Hyatt would create a formidable duo capable of stretching defenses and forcing opponents to respect the vertical game. Their combined speed would pose a nightmare for defensive coordinators, especially in the red zone and on third down. The Giants have already shown they can improve their aerial attack, raising their air yards per attempt by about 13%, jumping from 30th to 17th in the league, which is a huge step forward. With Olave's ability to make big plays, the offense could see a 12% uptick in third down conversion rates, which has been a sore spot all season. But it's not just about the offense. Olave's addition could also have a ripple effect on the Giants' overall chemistry and confidence. His presence would add a new dynamic to the passing game, giving Daniel Jones another weapon who can make defenders miss after the catch and win contested balls deep downfield. And considering Olave's track record of explosive plays, he's averaging 5 yards after catch and has shown ability to make plays in clutch moments. The Giants could be building a more balanced and dangerous offense for the future. On the flip side, the Saints are gambling on a rebuild, focusing on the trenches and defense, possibly because they see their window closing with some aging players and the cap situation. They're eyeing the draft, and with only 2 wins so far, they're in prime position to pick high. Their strategy seems to be clear: rebuild the trenches, shore up the defense, and see what young talent they can develop. Trading Olave might be part of that plan, especially if they believe they can get good value in return and still make a splash in the draft. Meanwhile, for the Giants, Bringing Olive into the fold would be a significant upgrade at WR, especially given the injury to Wandale Robinson. Pairing him with Hyatt creates a deep threat duo that could transform their offense into a much more explosive unit. The potential impact on their aerial attack is huge, likely pushing their passing game into the top half of the league. And if Daniel Jones can develop some chemistry early on, this team could start to look more like the playoff contender many believed they could be at the start of the season. Of course, the trade isn't just about adding talent. It's also about signaling a shift in the Giants' approach. With the team in the middle of a rebuild, acquiring a young, proven receiver like Olive signals their intent to build around their young core and make a serious push in the coming seasons. It's a bold move, but one that could pay off if they manage to keep their key players healthy and continue developing their young talent. And let's not forget, Olive's impact in the playoffs has already been felt. His ability to make big plays in clutch moments, especially deep routes that stretch defenses, makes him a real X-factor. His 87% deep route success rate and 3 touchdowns in postseason games show he's a player who can elevate his game when it matters most. For the Giants, adding that kind of player could be the difference in close games, especially with their offense still finding its rhythm. Looking ahead, if this trade happens, it will be fascinating to see how the Giants' offense evolves. They're already trending upward, and Olive could be the final piece needed to push them into serious playoff contention. With their current roster and the potential of a young, dynamic receiver, the Giants could be setting the stage for a resurgence that reestablishes them as a tough team to beat in the NFC. Their fans are eager to see how this unfolds, and the entire NFC East will be watching closely, knowing that a strategic move like this could shake up the division for years to come. Now, it's important to keep in mind that this is all speculation. Nothing is set in stone yet. But the rumors are swirling, and the potential is too exciting not to discuss. The Saints, with their cap situation and injuries, might be motivated to make a deal that clears space and accelerates their rebuild, while the Giants are looking to capitalize on their young talent and add a proven playmaker to their offense. If this trade materializes, it could be a game changer, not just for the Giants, but for the entire NFC East. And now, New York Giants fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to US and TO, the New York Giants. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest New York Giants news.